All right, guys, I got to tell you, as we end this year of 2021, the left has once again confirmed that they are really the actual racist in this country, okay? And I don't even like calling people racist like that, guys. I really don't. I think this whole racism thing is really an overstated problem that people try to say is in America. I'm not saying racism doesn't exist. However, I think it's overblown. I think it is a cop-out for a lot of people to make excuses for why they're not successful. I really do. But, here's the thing, man. I may be starting to restate my stance in regards to racism in America, because at every single turn, the woke progressive left always proves me wrong, okay? Because every time you look, they're always showing you that they are the actual racists in this country, okay? Woke racism is alive and well in this country. And this tweet from Deadspin, okay, that they put out about Candace Owens and Sage Steele really just shows you exactly what these people think, particularly about black people. And it's the same old song and dance, okay, that we always hear from liberals in regards to black people that don't agree with them, right? If you don't agree with me, if you don't agree with us, you ain't black, right? Our president, Joe Biden, said that. He told us that on the campaign trail to Charlemagne the God's face, and a whole bunch of black people went out and voted for him anyways, okay? Now, there's a whole bunch of black people that are upset with Joe Biden because he's not executing on his promises, but you should have known that when he told you that if you don't vote for him, you ain't black, right? As if he's entitled to your vote, okay? But, hey, no matter how much these liberals tell black folks what they actually really think of them, for whatever reason, people just continue to fall in line. But again, this video is about this disgusting tweet from Deadspin in which they named Sage Steele Idiot of the Year, right? Or one of the idiots of the year. Okay, they actually put her number 6. Okay, and in this tweet they put out, this disgusting tweet, this disgustingly racist tweet, they said that Sage Steele is the black Candace Owens. Now, last time I checked, Candace Owens is the black Candace Owens, because Candace Owens seems to be pretty black to me. She seems to be pretty black. But for whatever reason, Deadspin is saying that Candace Owens is white, or implying that she's not black. And I wonder why they're implying that. Well, I think it's obvious. It's because Candace Owens doesn't agree with their political ideology, right? More specifically, she doesn't agree with their woke propaganda, okay? So again, if you don't agree with them, then you ain't black. As if they define what is and what is not black, which is basically how people like Kamala Harris and Sean King get away with saying that they're black, even though, it seems to me that they're probably not, right? Or put it this way, they're not as black as Candace Owens. They get away with it because they agree with leftist liberal ideology. And I guarantee you, if I had to bet money on the race and political ideology of the person that wrote this tweet, I guarantee you it was a white liberal. I guarantee you. Because this is how they actually really feel about black folks. Okay? The main people in this country that talk the loudest, right, that the biggest race crusaders in this country are, I'm telling you, they're the biggest closet racists. Because they'll love you as long as you agree with them. But if you turn around and you say you don't agree with me, they will snatch your black card quickly, right? They will uninvite you from the cookout, okay? The cookout is being held in their backyard, right? I want people to understand that. That's what they think, okay? Now, the second part of this tweet that I have a problem with is them naming Sage Steele Idiot of the Year, right? And again, I wonder why they named Sage Steele Idiot of the Year. Well, the reason why is, once again, because she doesn't agree with their woke ideology. Right? Sage Steele, I think, has actually embraced the whole Candace Owens of ESPN thing, as she seems to be more conservative in her viewpoints. And we've talked about Sage Steele earlier on my channel this year, as she's went through some things. She's got a whole lot of woke backlash for her points of view. But basically, again, Sage Steele is somebody that's a free thinker, right? She triggered the left when she basically kind of endorsed the whole Candace Owens thing. She also triggered them when she said, yeah, I'm half black and I'm half white. Right? I don't know why people just want to put me in a box. I'm half black and I'm half white. Okay? People didn't like that because people were saying, oh, she's rejecting her blackness, when she's actually just telling the truth, right? She's just stating an actual fact. I'm half black and I'm half white, right? That's the truth. But again, if you say something outside of the woke ideology, again, they're gonna attack you for it. And they're not just gonna attack you, right, as a professional. They're gonna attack you personally. They're gonna, again, take away your race card. You ain't black. Black card revoked. Okay, that's what they're gonna say. Y'all play that game, black card revoked, right? That's one of these games that you play that tests your blackness. So yeah, that's what they'll do. They'll revoke your black card. They didn't go quite that far with Sage Steele, but that's where they wanted to go. So this tweet, unsurprisingly, got deleted. And the reason why is because it was insanely racist and disgusting. And there was a whole lot of backlash. But before we get into the backlash, let's actually read about why they're naming Sage Steele Idiot of the Year. And unsurprisingly, it's not going to have anything to do with her actually being an idiot or saying anything dumb or doing anything dumb or anything like that. It's simply going to be because they disagree with her politically. That's all it is. And guys, I want you guys to understand, these same people on the left who are supposed to be pro protect black women, okay, and get so hurt anytime anybody attacks a black woman, they will openly attack black women that do not agree with them politically, and nobody would stand up for these black women, okay? Even though Sage Steele says she's black and white, I'm just saying, Candace Owens is black. Nobody stands up for them when they're attacked, okay? Racially attacked. Nobody ever stands up for those black women. Nobody stands up for them. Again, just more confirmation that your blackness is defined by your political ideology according to the left. So let's read here and take a note at this list here of other idiots of the year that they have. Tom Brenneman, who I believe was the sports announcer that said the F word, the slur for a gay person, right? That's probably why he's up here. Ted Cruz up here because he's conservative. Kyrie because he's against vaccine mandates, and Urban Meyer because, Urban Meyer actually might deserve Idiot of the Year. But I'm just saying, most of the people on these lists are simply on the list because they don't agree with woke ideology. So again, keep in mind before I read this that these people again claim to be race crusaders. Okay, but let's read the actual first sentence of their article about why Sage Steele is an idiot. Sage Steele loves three things: pissing off black people, letting white people play in her hair, and finding ways to outdo herself. So again, the first sentence they say, Sage Steele loves three things: pissing off black people. Well, which black people? Because I don't think she pissed off all black people. I think there are a lot of black people that actually agree with Sage Steele. There are a lot of black people that actually like Sage Steele. Okay? What they're really talking about is that, well, no. They pissed off liberals, specifically white liberals. And if you piss off white liberals, then you piss off black people, right? That's what they're actually really trying to say, okay? Because the only reason they're saying that she pissed off black people is because she pissed off the left. According to them, means by definition, you're pissing off black people. Again, this is what they do subconsciously, guys, to ingrain this idea that black equals progressive, black equals liberal. This is how they do it, okay? Letting white people play in her hair. What this is a reference to is the fact that I think Sage Steele said that she doesn't necessarily mind when people ask to touch her hair, right, to feel the texture of her hair, because there's some people that, you know, are intrigued by the texture of her hair, okay, particularly probably because she's biracial, okay, and she has a different hair texture than most people, and they're like, hey, I want to feel it. And she's like, hey, you know, I don't really mind. But a lot of people got offended by this because there are, you know, a lot of people, particularly minority women, that don't like when people touch their hair, right? They always complain about white people touching their hair, treating them like animals and stuff like that. Okay, so when Sage Steele said that, of course she pissed off some of the wokes. But let's actually read here in regards to their reasoning for why they think that Sage Steele is one of the idiots of the year. First, she teamed up with Clay Travis on Twitter and did the whole, well, what about Chicago thing, as they implied that the black city was more dangerous than COVID-19. Yeah, so I think that's a mischaracterization of what they were actually doing. I don't think they were trying to say that Chicago is deadlier than the virus. I don't think that that's what they were trying to say. I think what they were actually trying to do was to bring attention to the fact that, hey, a whole lot of people are paying attention, you know, to this virus. Okay, and, you know, hey, it's done, you know, this much harm to children. But, you know, look at what's going on in Chicago and look at the numbers here in regards to the harm that has been caused to children in regards to gun violence. And nobody really pays attention to that the same way they pay attention to COVID, right? And I think that's actually what they were trying to say. Sage Steele bringing up Chicago and saying, hey, murders out there are kind of a big deal, right? We should pay attention to what's going on out there, right? We're losing a lot of black people out there, right? The people that y'all claim y'all care about. But again, if you bring that up to the left, for whatever reason, Black Lives Matter don't really matter anymore when it comes to those cities, right? In fact, if you bring that up, that's white supremacists talk to a lot of these guys. Like clockwork, Steele's racist knight in shining prejudicial armor showed up to defend her. Quote, let's also keep in mind, guys, she got COVID. Not only did she have to get the COVID vaccine, but then she had one of these breakthrough cases of COVID, which seemed to be occurring at a fairly regular rate, said Travis. Dr. Fauci says they don't track them. I think a lot of people listening now who know someone in their own friend or family circle who had this happen to them. The reality is Jemele Hill, when she was working at ESPN, called Donald Trump a white supremacist and nothing happened. ESPN didn't do anything. Steele is getting suspended for saying she doesn't think the company should have a vaccine mandate. That's absolute madness. And what Clay Travis is stating there really shouldn't be all that controversial. Sage Steele was not for the mandates. She did get COVID. Okay. She did get vaccinated. All these things are facts. I don't understand what the controversy is here. And Jemele Hill did call Donald Trump a white supremacist while she was working at ESPN, and ESPN was like, yawn, right? But for whatever reason, ESPN decides to punish people because, hey, they're against the vaccine mandate. Okay? So, again, I don't really understand the controversy here. I don't understand how this makes Clay Travis racist. But according to Deadspin, he's racist. And then she went on Jay Cutler's podcast and publicly complained about ESPN's vaccine mandate. Cutler also called her the Candace Owens of ESPN, something our Caroline Phillips had already dubbed her in 2020. And finally, Steele wound up missing weeks of work because she tested positive for COVID, because, of course, she did. Again, because she's conservative, a lot of these people, they just say, hey, it's expected that you will eventually get the virus because you're conservative, because, you don't abide by the rules. But, if you actually look at all the people publicly who seem to be catching this virus, a lot of them seem to be Democrats and people on the left, as if the virus doesn't really discriminate, right, politically. Okay, like some of these people try to imply that the virus does. Okay, but hey, they never bring that up. Okay, those people, nobody ever questions whether or not they're actually following the protocols, whether or not they're actually following the rules, even though they're really not. So, yeah, Deadspin basically is naming Sage Steele Idiot of the Year simply because she disagrees with woke ideology, and because she happens to be half black and is disagreeing, that makes it even worse for them, right? That puts her to the point she has to be number 6 on the list. Okay, number 6 on the list. Okay, Sage Steele. Come on, right? These people are the same people who try to tell you we're not racist, right? So yeah, this tweet got a lot of backlash. I'm gonna read some of the replies here. It says, Sage Steele has more talent and intelligence in her little finger than the entire Deadspin staff combined. Quote, the black Candace Owens. Clown face from Jenna Elise. Rough look when you are naming idiots, Deadspin. Sage Steele is one of the best show hosts you'll find and an incredible person. Isn't Candace Owens the actual black Candace Owens? Exactly. And Candace herself says, unreal. Right. I agree with Candace. It is unreal. It's unbelievable that people are tweeting stuff like this in 2021. These same people that claim not to be racist. Okay. And then Sage Steele gives a thumbs up. Right. Basically, hey, this is kind of expected. I'm not really hurt. I ain't really all that triggered. It is what it is. So, hey, like I said, guys, as we close 2021, Deadspin probably put themselves on the list for worst / most unbelievably racist tweets of the year, which is no surprise from those on the progressive left, as they always are showing their racism when a black person does not go along with the narrative. Nothing pisses them off more than a black person that does not go along with their ideology. Okay? This is how you get tweets like this, right? This is how you get tweets like this. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.